You know, laughing is therapy too, you heard? So make sure you go check out this new channel, 60-Second Funnies. You heard? Follow the bro on Instagram too. Tell him LAZ, Z-Man Suicide Polar with the ski man running around the hood like He-Man sent you. You heard? Holla at me. And that link is in the description and in the comments. Make sure you click on that. Yeah. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Hit that like button and hit that bell so that you don't miss no new episodes. You heard? You can't afford to miss a new episode. And as always, you already Snow Blizzard. If you love what I'm doing on this channel, man, feel free to send me a Cash App donation, a Zelle donation, a PayPal, no, whatever you got, bro. Share this to Facebook so we could get more females in the Gen Pop audience and we ain't sausage partying out. Yo,
out here with my bro John Ryder, you heard?
What up?
One of the illest storytellers on the channel, you heard? We out here putting in work, about to put down a new story, you heard?
Yes, sir.
That's a fact.
Snapple.
Yes.
The Philly boys is coming back, and they all got knives this time. There ain't no locks and socks this time. And they coming to finish this nigga. They tell me to move. Whatever I said, dudes supported it because I guess they knew what type of, they knew I wasn't into no nonsense. They just knew I was everything silly. I'm just straight, you know, it just makes sense around me or I don't want nothing to do with it. So now the nigga turned around and he takes the whole situation. When he come in the house, he starts strutting through the shit and them niggas turn around. What this nigga General did, how this shit lead to this nigga General talking about me to everybody behind my back though. Yeah, that nigga Ryder, I don't know what he's saying, but whatever he's saying is getting back to me. Yo, that nigga General, and I'm brushing the shit off because I know it's only because he don't understand me. He trying to find a way to understand me so he can find a way to come at me. You know, I've been around this shit, but I'm noticing the longer he don't understand me, the longer he's not gonna come at me, so I don't feel like he's no threat. So I'm just keep moving around, and while he ice grilling me, I'm smiling at this nigga every time. Right? So I'm frustrating him. He's saying certain shit sometimes, but I keep frustrating him because he can't figure out a way to stick to me. So now he get busy with the compound. He gets his eyes off me. He's running up on niggas. He's trying to really be somebody. But the only thing I respected about this nigga is he understood that he might get cracked, he might have to stab, and he was with all that shit. He wanted what he wanted. So, you know, even though it was foolish, I respected it because that nigga was ready to pay in blood for what he wanted. Right? I guess he wanted to hold the New York name up to a point where he felt like, you know, like it should be. I guess that was his aim, and I can't knock him for that. Because it was some clown-ass New York niggas in that spot. So, the nigga General, well, I don't want to get lost. With the nigga General, he runs up on the Bloods, right? These niggas from Jersey and shit. I'm going to give it to these niggas. Out of all of the Bloods that I seen, mostly in the feds, them Jersey niggas was on it like California, like them niggas was Great Street with that shit. Them niggas was going crazy in there. They wasn't letting nothing slide. A lot of the other New York niggas was pussy, just to keep it real. So the nigga General ran down on them niggas by themselves one time. And when I seen General do that, I seen General trying to check them for some shit that happened to one of the New York homies. So I act like I ain't seen that nigga, because I'm like, if you starting all this trouble and shit, I know you ain't looking for no help. Because I don't start trouble. So the nigga General go at it with them niggas and I walks off. The nigga catch me in the house later, like 20 minutes after.
What you mean, he got it on with them niggas?
No, he didn't get it on with them, but they damn near went crazy. They was about to square off, all kind of knives, all kind of shit like that was about to happen. And I left him. Right? Because I'm not helping no nigga that don't like me. So the nigga came in the building and he was like, yo, man, you saw me? I was like, nigga, I ain't see shit, right? But in my mind, I'm saying, I know you ain't looking for help. You running around doing all this shit. And you don't even like me. Right? He like, nigga, you saw me. I'm like, nigga, I ain't see shit. And I'm like, why I gotta see you anyway? Nigga, fuck you talking about? You want that shit, you do that shit. This is what I'm telling him. That was my attitude from the island. Like, don't look for help, nigga. You feel me? If you want to do some retarded shit, go do that shit. So he just respected my shit, I could tell, because he would have crushed another nigga for that shit. But he just walked off on that with me. So now, after that, me and tension with me and him is serious, but for some reason, he still, everybody respect my shit, even him. He don't like it, but he respect it. So now, shit escalates a little bit for General, because General slammed the Muslim. This was his last draw. He did something, little skinny Muslim owed him something, he didn't pay him. General slams the nigga, right? So now all of Philadelphia, all them boxing niggas, you know, them niggas be good with their hands and all that shit. They want that nigga General, but they scared of him. So it was another nigga in the spot from Brooklyn. This nigga name was Jimmy Fingers. He was missing a couple of fingers. This nigga got like 4 life sentences. Vicious, notorious killer. One of them famous niggas. I don't want to throw them niggas' name out there because I might be using the wrong names. But one of them squad of killers from Brooklyn that went down, Fingers was down with it. So the nigga Fingers and General was so serious about being the shot caller that he was going at fucking Fingers. We all was in the same house, me, Fingers, and General. I ain't fuck with Fingers neither, because Fingers just looked at like a nigga he looked at like an old school super Brownsville Brooklyn nigga that'll trade anybody. So I never let that nigga get close to me, because I'm like, this nigga here, Brooklyn ain't been in 100 years. You feel me? So, you know, that's not the Brooklyn I love. You know, I'm from the level above that shit in Brooklyn. The shit where we fight each other but not snake each other that much. Where he from, them niggas was trading each other for anything. So I'm watching this nigga and shit. So now I'm going to breakfast in the morning. So I walk out the house, because one of my hustles was to steal fruit and bananas and shit, and I put it at the rich niggas shit. They niggas had $90 contracts with me, so I would take all the spiff. This is how I survived in there without asking for money. But it was a mean hustle, because these niggas was writing me checks to do this shit. A lot of people used to laugh at me, but then when they realized what I was doing, them niggas was like, oh shit, this nigga hitting the whole jail with fruit. Well, I could have came home with 60,000 off of fruit in that motherfucker, no bullshit. So the nigga General, after he slams the niggas, the Philly niggas, they get tired of General. They come together, they sent 2 niggas at General and shit. One of them niggas' name was Q. Q home now, and I seen a picture of him. Shout out to the nigga Q. Q was some tough nigga from Philly that wasn't taking no shorts. And they ran down on him with 2 niggas with locks and socks, and Q had the gun on him. They beat the shit out of General with the socks and shit. And while I'm at breakfast, niggas is telling me on my way back, they like, yo, them niggas is in there whopping General up and ain't nobody helping them. So I was like, damn, that's fucked up. But I ain't gonna lie in my mind, I'm like, I don't wanna help this nigga either. So I'm walking slow to the dorm, hoping them niggas finish with this nigga before I get there. So when I get there, they finish lumping this nigga up. So after they finish lumping this nigga up and shit, the nigga, I walk in his room. He like, where the fuck you was at? What? So I tell the nigga, what you talking about where I was at? Like I owe you something. That nigga was like, yo, you seen what just happened? He said, you want to get busy? So I was like, get busy? I'm like, the fuck you talking about? Why you asking me for my help? So I couldn't deny him because we supposed to be homies and we from New York. But I damn sure wasn't ready to go for the nigga at first. I was devastated because you in the feds, this your homie. Even if he don't like you, you gotta help this nigga, especially against some niggas from other states. But this nigga, he done gave me so many issues, I just couldn't see myself going across the waters for this nigga. And everybody else done turned their back on this nigga and possibly backdoor green lighted him. Cause that's what happened. You know, if the nigga Fingers was in the house, obviously, I figured out later that the nigga Fingers gave the green light for them niggas to hit him. So now, the nigga General, while I'm in there talking to them, the Philly boys is coming back, and they all got knives this time. There ain't no locks and socks this time. And they coming to finish this nigga. They tell me to move, because they know General. Let me back up, though, because I don't want nobody to think this nigga was a sucker by any chance. Them Philly boys was coming because they wasn't trying to get that nigga no time to heal up. That nigga done went in the cell. He got the Indian nigga sewing his head up and everything. So they know that nigga wasn't going out the sucker door. He was going to melt like 3-4 of them niggas, and they didn't want to play with that type of fire. So before he could get himself together, they was coming to finish him. So they coming with the knives. The kid Q tell me, yo, move, Ryder. I look at that nigga, man. I'm like, hold up, man. Fuck y'all talking about, man. Y'all done already touched this nigga. We supposed to be getting at y'all for touching these niggas. Y'all don't even know how. I'm like, hold on, man. Y'all got to sit back and see how we gonna handle this. Y'all not gonna just, y'all violated already by touching him. I'm basically saying to them niggas, yeah, I know nobody like him, but he's still from New York. Y'all niggas can't, y'all gonna have to back up and let us figure out if we gonna war with y'all niggas over this nigga. So the niggas is like, what? So it was one nigga in there that ain't talked to nobody. This nigga, he got a YouTube series, not a series. He got this nigga on a American Dope, I think. One of them shits, I think, as the Indian Godfather. I didn't know this nigga had 29 bodies at the time. But this nigga came out and was like, yo, if y'all niggas ain't ready to die, y'all better listen to him. If y'all ain't ready to kill each other right now, y'all better shut the fuck up and listen to what he's saying.
He's an Indian. He was an Indian dude, you said?
Yeah, this nigga. You could YouTube this nigga.
And
he got this.
He was Muslim and fucking with the black Muslims?
Nah, he wasn't fucking with nobody. He stayed by himself. You could tell he was a killer because he didn't do nothing nobody else did. He didn't have no friend, no buddy, no tag along, none of that shit. It was just him. And he didn't watch TV or nothing. He watched the people all day, every day. The nigga barely spoke, but that he spoke loud that time. And that's how I knew that's how I ain't gonna lie, this guy made me look at myself and love myself more because I got him to talk. And I know he did it because he seen I was a just individual. He knew I was protecting a nigga that didn't even like me. You know what I mean? So from that point, the Philly niggas had to back off. Them niggas told on General and General got moved before they could lock out and General could handle his business. But, that nigga, Fingers put the hit on that nigga. I end up, the next child, Fingers ended up pressing me at the table and he asked me, did I have a problem what happened to General? Because I guess he was smart enough and he knew I was smart enough to know that he the one that lied to me. Because I knew there was no way a nigga like him could be in there and they could touch a New York nigga without his permission. So he wanted to know if he had to shoot me next, possibly. That's why he asked me, did I have a problem with it? And I just kindly let that nigga know I didn't save General because I saved General. I know General ain't like me. I saved General because I knew the next day them Philly niggas was going to be screaming that New York niggas was pussy. And I just wanted to make sure when they said that shit, that they say not that nigga Ryder. So that's why I saved General. I saved General to save my name and keep it intact. with them shitting on New York, because the next morning Benny Siegel was screaming, that's some South Philly shit. He was claiming credit for that shit. And I think that was the wackest shit I seen him do. But I ain't mad at him. I probably would have said the same shit. You know what I mean? But that was the moral of that story.
What you mean? You said Beanie Siegel was shouting out Philly, what?
We came out for breakfast at the same time. They let you out for breakfast like damn near 5:36, so it still be dark. And when they let his house out, my house was next to house me and General was in next to this shit. The nigga Beanie screamed out to the Muslim Philly niggas, that's some South Philly shit, you feel me? He's talking about the shit that they did, you know, but little did he know, you know, them niggas ain't really performed to be bragging because they got controlled by a nigga that was stealing food in here, you feel me? You know, the quiet nigga stopped everything. You see what I'm saying? Well, I wasn't the quiet nigga. I had the biggest mouth in there, but I wasn't on no bullshit. I just was chilling, you know. But the moral of the story, man, is it's not always what General should have learned from that situation, man. And I love you, boy, wherever you at. You know what I mean? I could say that today, man, because I see that shit humbled him. You know, I seen him again in the street, and he sound like he loved me too. And I appreciate the love, man. You know, what I learned from General, and what General I hope learned from this shit is, it's not always the nigga that's walking around hard and ice grilling. Sometimes it's the nigga that say, excuse me, that'll help you tear down the world if you standing in the right way, you know what I mean? So the gangsters be the guys that say excuse me and be polite now, man, especially when they older. That's that young boy shit when you start trouble and all that. I was anti-trouble, so he couldn't imagine that I'd be the same guy to save him from all of them guys. And I was.
Well, you saw him, what he said in
that
the street.
Nigga screamed to the top of his motherfucking lungs, Harlem! And he ain't no nigga to do no shit like that. General, for the record, General's a tough nigga. Hands down, that nigga was not folding. He went in the cell, got his head stitched up and everything. Them Philly niggas was scared. Q, y'all niggas was scared. I respect you too. But y'all niggas knew y'all had a problem on y'all hands. So Beans, you was bigging them niggas up. A couple of them niggas told on my homie, nigga. So don't take credit for that shit and them niggas told and had that boy move. You know what I mean? So that, I don't know. Was that some South Philly shit? I'm just joking, nigga. Giving you something to think about, man. I love all my niggas. South Philly, North Philly, all of my niggas, man. Everywhere, we all black, man. I ain't on no bullshit. But I'm just telling the truth.